Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is the turn of none other than the Artemis LP400. I think you're going to love this one. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start off with what you get. Get a nice little box with it. Got some cushion in there, some foam, so definitely keeps everything nice and in place, and you also get a spare little O-ring with it, which is for the breech seal. So having a look at the gun, the general feel of it is actually quite nice. For the price range that this comes in at, this is under $1,000, so definitely not an expensive or a high-end item by any means, but definitely quite nice. So everything on this gun is steel or aluminium, so definitely no cheapness in that, so it has a very nice feel to it. The only thing that's not steel is the grips, which is made of hard plastic. If you open it up, so this is a single stroke pneumatic. So how it works, open up the back here, open it up, basically open up completely like so. Put your pellet in the top there, close it up, and then you're ready to shoot. So it is a very, very nice pistol for the price. The reason I bought this was actually because I'm taking part in a 6-yard competition, and I was tired of always having to change my main pistols that I'm using for my other competitions. I was tired of having to change them and reset the windage and the elevation on those. So I got this specifically to take part in the 6-yard competitions, and so that I don't have to mess around with my main ones. It does come with a fixed open sight at the front fixed front sight. The back sight is adjustable, but only for windage, unfortunately not for height. So if you're not bang on target, you will need to maybe use a bit of putty or something just to build up this back sight a little bit. It does have a little Picatinny or weaver rail down the front here, so you could add a laser or something like that on here and it would work fine. It does have quite a nice trigger for the price range, so it's definitely, I'd say, just under £1 for this trigger. So it's a very light trigger. It's kind of a pseudo 2-stage, so definitely not a proper match grade trigger, not a proper 2-stage trigger. So what's actually happening with the pseudo 2-stage is when you pull the first piece, that little bit of take up, what's actually happening is your sear is just changing angle, and then afterwards your sear breaks. So that's what you're feeling. But definitely for the price range, this is a very, very nice trigger, and I'm sure with a little bit of fettling on that, we'll be able to get that trigger very, very, very nice. So in terms of power output, so this is using 8-grain pellet. I saw around about 277 on average feet per second. I'll put that here in the screen here below. So definitely very, very nice, consistent. I think the lowest was 275, and the highest was 278 over a 5-shot string. So very, very nice and consistent, and that's all you really need for something like this. Alright, so I just wanted to reach out, all of you guys that watch the channel, that have been watching for quite a while. You know that I've got a sponsor, Security and More, and although I bought this with my own money, I still want to recommend Security and More as a very good supplier here in South Africa. They really have excellent service, and they have such a wide range of things from cheap to expensive. It all depends on what your price, what your budget is like, and what you're willing to spend on your hobby. So definitely reach out to Mike at Security and More, and thanks again, Mike, for always supporting the channel and allowing us to do these kind of reviews. Alright, let's do a little bit of a walk around in terms of sizes and so on. So right, so the length that we've got here is 245 millimeters in length. The height is 145 millimeters, and the width on this is 35 millimeters. So very nice and small, compact, and obviously, as you can see, it is shaped off of the Colt 1911. So that's what shaped this gun, and it has a really nice feel in the hand. It only weighs 600 grams, so just over half a kilogram. So actually quite light in terms of pistols. I've got some pistols that weighs 1.1 kilograms, almost 1.2 kilograms. So this is very much a light pistol in that sense. Yeah, I mentioned the velocity, so averaging around about 277 feet per second, and as it mentions here on the box, it says 300 plus or minus 50 feet per second, so definitely well within that range. And yeah, just a very nice pistol. So I think next up, let's see how accurate this is, but I doubt it's going to have any issues with accuracy because the consistency is there. Basically just need the guy that's shooting the gun to be accurate. So let's see how it goes, and that will be what we see next. Alright, let's do a 5-shot group. Let's shoot at that middle target, and we're more focusing on group here than on where we're hitting. Okay, those first two went through the same hole. This is at 6 yards, so the same distance that I'm going to use it for in the competitions. First three went through the same hole. So I'm sure, as you can see, this thing is pretty darn accurate. Alright, so there you have it. Very nice little group. Okay, let's do a bit of plinking, because I think a lot of people will buy this for plinking. So got it. Alright, let's go for the big circle. No problem. Let's go for a small one. Oh, slightly high. Let's do that one again. Got it. Alright, let's do something a little bit more challenging. Let's start off with that little peak. Bottom left. That was close. That was close. last one. This is going to be a proper challenge. Let's go for that little ball. Okay. I need to have another go at that one. It was so close. Just to the right. Oh well. Is it good for plinking? Absolutely. It is a lot of fun. What would I recommend this for? Definitely if you're doing close range target work, this gun is going to suit you down to the ground. You're going to absolutely love it. If you want to do a little bit of plinking, this is also going to work very nicely. It's going to be cheaper than perhaps a CP1 or something like that. Also, you don't need to buy gas for it, so just need to get your pellets. You're good to go. You want to chuck something in a backpack and off you go. This is going to work perfectly for that. It will obviously require a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of oil on the shaft from time to time, on that shaft that runs through the piston. So yeah, you'll need to do that a bit. You'll have to have a look at that breech seal, make sure that that stays in a good condition, because you want your barrel to seal off nicely, otherwise you're going to get a differentiation on your feet per second. But all in all, I absolutely love this little gun, love it to bits, and I think I'm going to be using this a lot. I think we'll maybe even do a little bit of a video showing you an effort of mine on the 6-yard. Not that I'm that good, but it is what it is. It's still a lot of fun, and please reach out to Mike at Security and More. Go and support him. He's supporting smaller channels like my own. So until next time, happy shooting. See you around.